Maybe the idea that OG have been putting in a bit of work behind the scenes with this squad on this map. It was able to take Vitality to the limit. Let's see what it will do to NaVi. NaVi are fast into the A play. Fasha with a backstab. Does have Regali alongside it, but that smoke from Alexi, that's annoying. And that slows them down, giving a bit of room for a lurky Simple to come in with the backstab.
Yeah, he knows there's more in store as well. Fasha, even if he gets this kill, he won't forget about it. Everyone's dead. Fiku getting run down, and the Glocks will do it for NaVi. They come through with a statement pistol round. Quick A-pop. You're going to see a lot of those on the T side of Anubis. Obviously on that rumored TSM team, a young Romanian by the name of Modo, I think it is, that I'm not too familiar with, but he was rumored to be on that roster. Simple, doing simple things, getting rid of these pistol players on the way out. Next, trying to make them die with a bomb, but Simple will clean it up. 4.
Yeah, Fiku's really got his work cut out for him here. 1 kill from the map, but he's got to do so much more, especially as main gets corrupted. This gets more and more awkward for these side players. k1to caught on this on the fade of that main smoke. I think he thought he was a little further behind the pillar than he actually was. He was fully open to it. So it does get awkward, but they've at least traded evenly into this 3-on-3. Fasha, first man in around the corner, and JL makes quick work of him. Nade for Nexa to follow up. We'll find a bit of damage, but nothing to write home about here. Knows he still has JL trapped, but JL's got no reason to peek. That molly is going to force his swing, and so Nexa rewarded with 1. Regali still a ways out here, late through middle, and with nothing being found, it looks like this might just be the save for OG.
Damn, he never knew how viable it was. Bit had his back turned, crouched in camera.
He fully wrote off that connector flank out through middle.
Late. It's all on these A main entries. Fiku playing anti-flash. They contact in. k1to takes his. Can't do 2. Are they ready for Fiku?
Oh! Checked by Bit.
Barely.
Raw execution of him in the corner. And so the man advantage sides with OG, but NaVi are going to have this bomb plant to rely on. Simple drops the bomb forward.
Wow.
And he's been throwing the AK, giving that AWP over to Bit. Simple wants to try take a bit of space here. Moving up onto the bricks, and Regali nails his teammate in the meantime as Bit tries to climb up heaven. Simple has got to do this alone. Doesn't have that AWP. It's Bit's AK in Simple's hands that's got to win this round, and Regali does not give the room. Great round.
And that's a nicer way to play it, because we've seen OG do all these B stacks, but NaVi have not really thrown much at the B bomb site in this game. And typically it's going to be very telegraphed, right? You want to execute B. You can play A a lot drier until you get to, you know, all the way to Fountain.
I think the strongest A-holds on Anubis are provided when you have an AWP and a rifle working in tandem, but right now it is just k1to with this AWP. He lines up the collateral. That's a weird decision to try and peek it like that, and k1to dropping down will fall at the hands of JL. This A site opened up. He landed that collateral, so JL is wounded. That's why he's picked up this second AWP in the post plant. This is kind of awkward for OG. They need a kill to go their way, and they need it to go their way quickly. Flash in a main. Well placed. Alexi is forced off the angle, but it's kills going the other way. NaVi find all of them in seconds. This round is over. Explore other avenues. And, you know, I think as well, even the kind of the nature of the task that Alexi's had upon joining this team as the captain is, you know, having to try and cook up very simple solutions to complex problems. But I think that's what this guy's good at.
OG have players in position, more than enough.
Fasha still has a molly nade as well. He can make this awkward as they try to play it down to the wire. The kill from JL helps get them in, but Regali will respond. Util reigning over for NaVi. Nexa concealed in the smoke. Gonna try and play it on the fade. He hears another drop down, but he goes walking. Regali creeping up. And Fiku bringing it up right behind him. Everyone from CT or Temple. And Alexi gets rid of that first man. Fiku now dead. They know that Regali was over at CT as well, but that doesn't make dealing with him any easier. Alexi's got to do the heavy lifting alone. Wins the first fight, but can't best Regali, who has been the multi-kill hero for OG. In the rounds that they found, he put up 3 Ks in both of them. So suddenly, even though you've got 3 players over towards the B site, you only have 2 fighting. NaVi are playing this one down to the clock. One kill in the right place from fasha at the back of the site, or Fiku alongside him will go a long way, and it has for OG. Simple does not have time to plant this. A couple of nice kills on the exit, but he will get run down after time. fasha knocks that AWP out of play. And Simple's money sent into disarray, dying after time at the conclusion of that round. He's $100 short of the AK and armor.
Yeah, and that's part of the teething issues for NaVi, right, in having new players, a new language.
Yeah, it feels like they want to give us something a bit pacier here. Util running out through main. You know, for NaVi, in these few rounds, time's been a bit of an issue, but this one is no such problem. Just Regali left to get past. One man with this AWP trying to turn the tide of the round, but it would require something huge, and he gets flashed off the angle.
5-on-4 running away, and now OG, who have been playing Triple B from round 2 of this game.
Yeah, this is the real test. That smoke in at main is problematic, and with Alexi falling over in middle, this round gets thrown into disarray. You can't really wait for that smoke. You need another door opened up, and JL will do it. Double kill from him on the dark push. Bomb getting retrieved, but chase being given from k1to. He's in with the backstab, and Bit's going to turn on a dime to find him. The chance sails away from OG. Fiku slowed down for a moment, and so he can't stop the bomb as it transitions into this side of the map. A save called out for OG. I thought that Fiku was going to get running there, was going to try and...
And it's getting better and better right now for NaVi. Boost up again. Simple hits the flick and he makes it look easy. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, kind of
Simple's
a lovely...
fighting well today.
He is. Both him and Bit are. That's the 2 signature NaVi players. k1to, that feels good. That feels like a... That one's not so nice feeling, but...
Gap.
Given a route into the A play again. And k1to does feel uncomfortable over at main. Challenge the extremities in these rounds. You're helped out by him finding his footing in this game.
Yeah, NaVi have left a lot of options open in this T side with Emo defaulting towards B. He's been making sure that just, even if he's not been necessarily taking space or getting entries, and now they have just 2 rounds left on the half to try and remedy the situation. 5 rounds isn't the end of the world on this map, but it's not been screaming like they're going to get it. k1to, an important kill, but it's not on A this time. They've swapped him with Regali. He's found the mid pick. The lurk is gone. Everyone else is focused on B for NaVi. Got to boost up a rifle. This could be nice if someone tries to reposition, and they will. Emo spams them both coming out of dark off the top of the boost, and he just jumps through because at this point nothing is failing for NaVi. Everything is coming up for the T side. 11 rounds merely guaranteed, as Regali won't move out of his position, and while k1to has good timing, they'll consider it.
I mean, it felt like, when you look at this OG team, if there's one player who definitely has their freedom to kind of roam around a hell of a lot, it's going to be Regali on the AWP. They're not going to have the AWP, scoping them down over the top of it. Very good reactions, and, once more, you talked about conditioning earlier on. Well, that round was like a great example of it, right? OG have so often had this AWP and a lot of resources over towards the B site. They'll even go knocking and hunting for that AWP at the end as Ema having to take the rugs route because this lower area is open. This mid creep from Nexer is kind of crazy considering they don't have middle, but it's going to work out for him. He can get peeked from the window. It's never needed. The bomb spotted on Ema down towards the T stairs.
Alexi needs to play late in this round. He can't go just yet, but his team are falling apart. So 20 seconds now, he must make a move, and he really needs both entries. Neither will present itself, and Ema just drops in for B. He has a hope. If he gets this quick kill onto fasha, he can win this round. That smoke comes down, it helps him out, and he's found a way in. Oh, but he surrenders the round. That's a shame. Could have had a plant, but it's not meant to be. 4 at the end of the half for OG. They are scraping by as NaVi run wild on the T side of Anubis.
In a lot of these moments where the plays would just come down to retaking the A site when it's already lost and they're already a man down. So for OG, they've got to hope that they can really find some magic here on this T side, and it would have to start with this pistol round.
Oh, this is getting caught, awkward for IEM. He gets caught by Fasha. They take a lot of space towards CT Sport, and Regali running him down, and Keto a recovery round as he finds 2 kills. Fasha finishes the job, and out of nowhere, OG come in with a bang and take that pistol round. Simple looks to be lining them up instantly, and I like that because it's just free damage, man. You know there's going to be players here. He missed it.
He missed it.
He missed it. Aimed a little far to the right. Ooh, that's a nice entry. Taste of NaVi's own medicine. Fasha's found a double kill, picking towards Dark as well. Simple somehow wins a spam. Keto can't catch a breakthrough. Smokes today. So NaVi trying to drag this round back. This lower push is dangerous, but it is announced.
So he's gone ahead and armed himself with this M4, and they will move into the almost undefended A site. It's just JL here. Ooh, JL looking for a double. Only good for the first one. Simple will just full send through the molly. NaVi play it very confidently in this one, and it's all left on Alexi. Even though he finds Fiku as that smoke pops, he does not want to attempt the round here, does Alexi B.
For Bit, and then IEM facing Dark. Check these kills and how quick they come through. Just a jiggle with no flash, and that's what happens.
Fasha's going to look to take this. He's got Keto backing him up, and the rest of OG wait outside of main. Fasha's got to be the guy to try open this. Got to be the guy to try get it cracked open. Regali can then take lines from the main side, just dropping the smoke at his feet. Fasha goes running through the smoke, and even though Regali finds one, it is the only thing that goes OG's way here. Locked out by NaVi. Alexi with a triple. In the chaos, looking to move through it.
Oh, this is nice, but wow, Bit's quick to the punch. 2 headshots come through as he swings a main. And Keto, he just hates Bit right now.
You know, on one side, you've kind of seen Keto, who's looked uncomfortable at the best of times, and then you've had Bit, who's like a master of this position, of this side of the map. So a case study in how to get it done. You want to watch Bit. JL denies the mid component, and Nex is left saving. This round is a non-starter for OG, and that's how it tends to go down when you get double killed off the rip when you try to make your opening move. Must have had the good spawn for that peak. Oh, Nex, okay, gonna survive and bring the gun with him, but that's the only thing they've got up against this scoreline, Hugo. He knew that they were heavy in middle. The immediate and decisive call to go back to B might actually net a bomb plant here for OG. Ooh. They all go running at Dark, trying to pressure it. Fasha gets out with a Glock kill. It's just simple. Left to get past, and that's easier said than done. He'll lock it in with this AWP.
And JL's going to be able to completely rotate back into A without even being spotted.
Even that's wild,
he wants more.
Creeping forward, he's going to knock Nexa out of the round. Keto dead over in main in the meantime, and this split is reduced to just a one-prong attack in through middle. Simple smoked off, but there is, quite the gap there. They're going to pick him around it, and Regali opens up the route to B.
They know Bit's low.
They're going to try and find him, but Bit has been a real problem in these A rounds. It feels like he's always good for a multi-kill. He's only got 1 to his name right now. If he can even find 1 more to make IEM's life easier in the clutch, that could tee up NaVi for 15 here and now, and Bit looks like he might go uncleared. Bomb pulled for Regali, and Bit will find him. Does what he had to do in the round. It's left to Fiku, who's great in these clutches. He's just going to get this bomb planted with half a second to spare. IEM out through the connector, and he will overrun Fiku. When you shut down someone who's so good at giving these clutch rounds for OG, when not even that's coming through, what do you have to rely on here? Players that have these kind of specialized these looks for folks like Fiku. Often you depend on him to deliver these clutch rounds. When they're not coming through, you don't have much to grasp onto here if you're OG. Yeah,
it's a game where NaVi are without a doubt favorites, but the fact that everyone is performing and everyone's had their moments, and IEM's...
Usually if you smoke this, he's going to be waiting here for a solid, 10 seconds while he waits for that.
Oh,
that's annoying.
Disaster.
Alexi now knows they're in there, and he's got the perfect gun for the job, but Keto will deal with him.
They're just popping.
trying to keep the pace up, trying to follow through on this play into the B site with dark control taken. They felt like that was the leg up they needed. JL dead over in Temple and symple creeping in. The last time it was one of these 2v3 retakes, symple wrote it off very early on. This time he believes, he wants to give it a go, and he's brought us back into even odds. Bit finds another. It's the two vintage NaVi players looking to take this one home. Just Regali to beat. Behind the pillar, dancing with them. He will keep OG alive. It's another hat-trick round from Regali. So not out of the woods yet, NaVi, even though they've been sat on 15 for a little while, and they were all looking good, so it felt like it was only a matter of time. OG have at least laid the groundwork for a comeback. This walk through the mid-smoke is watched by Nexa and Regali. It's not just the one-man mid-hold. They'll deal with it, and in the meantime, Kito's opened up down in dark. This is all the makings of an OG round. Alexi is the only line of defense left. Good for one, but Regali has been key on these trades. Never letting a play go unpunished. Wherever NaVi looked for an advantage, Regali was there to make sure it was returned to sender.
Even poke his head into this one. He's not armed for the job. Exit presents itself. Will that tempt a bit for some more damage, perhaps? Regali's gone hunting. He's had enough, and another 3K for the Romanian rockstar.
It's crazy how many of these rounds that OG have got to their name have been 3Ks from Regali. It is kind of mad.
Yeah, and they're going to pop A. This is very early for OG yet again. Bits holding utility. He sees it coming. Molly goes in deep. He swings as the smoke comes up. Will they risk going through? This is a dangerous decision. OG still opt to do so. Simple making up his mind, but he gets caught as they swing out wide, and him and JL obliterated. NaVi really should be thinking about saving to buy a blast, but Alexi's had enough. He gives it a go with 2 kills, and that puts IEM in a winnable clutch.
He's got 1v1s open, but is he ready for the mid-lurk? Oh, he flicks back to it. Nexa dead now. And it's the 1v1. First game for Regali on HLTV was versus IEM. And now they go down to the wire. 1v1 in this dance for the clutch. Regali with a slick reposition. Yes. IEM should not be ready for this. He's tucked himself in over towards camera. IEM slinks into the site, out through the heavens, and Regali holding the perfect angle. Molly gonna force him wide, and IEM locks him out. Experience reigns supreme in the Romanian head-to-head, and NaVi pick up this map when all is said and done. IEM with a late activation across Anubis. Started slow, wasn't required in that first half, and then came into his own, winning that final 1v1 to put them on the board. Now a map up in this series, and with NaVi's map pick coming down the pipeline next, they're licking their lips. More than Inferno, I think some of the rounds we saw him get away with on Anubis, where he runs in, just finds some like ludicrous triple opener. He does that a lot here on this map. In the pistol, Fiku and Kito open up, but Alexi and Simple will do what they can to keep the numbers even. Into the 2v2 now as it's Simple and Bit out of the apartments. Dropping into the site, they're going to have a route to a plant here. Nexa might look to uproot that. He moves in, and Simple is dead. It's just Bit back against the wall, and Nexa beats him to a pulp. OG, they're going to pick up the pistol. He is alone down in the pit in a situation where, you know, anything short of 3 kills here is not going to be enough for OG. There's one, and that's the end of the line for Fiku.
Oh, dear.
Well, suddenly OG have got a reason to go for this.
He was running away from it. It blew up on balcony. Simple doesn't like it. He plays with a deagle. Fasha has good timing here. He's waiting for Nexa to group up. Simple misses that. Goes back to short. This is very awkward, but he does catch Fasha. Looking the wrong way. Nexa needs to clear the site quickly. He does. Onto Simple. He's got a kit. Simple's got the bomb for him, though. Flash out, just trying to play with him, and he will end the round. 2 kills and the clutch to boot. Simple's in with a second for NaVi.
Short, and he gets that long-range fight. He wants the ability to delete them in 1 bullet, and he's got full faith he can do that. If they're coming out of the apartments, he feels like he fares better with the FAMAS, something full auto to churn them up, to slow him down.
And so going back to what has been a legendary event for NaVi in Cologne, I would love to make it to the Lanxess. Big kill for Fiku, finding Ema in the smoke. Bits ahead of the util, but there's so many eyes on this position. He just about catches Fiku. Kiko trying to hunt him down. Does get him with nades out. 4 on 3, NaVi have long. Look at the pace.
Nexa, though, domes Alexi as he rears his head out from around the corner. JL's been spotted up through the short side. Simple, swift return to bring it back down to a chance, but Nexa will not let them in to his bomb site. Little gaps being found and exploited by NaVi, and now they turn their attention and getting this top hit control. Keto moves in, does decide to fight it. That's more like it from Keto. Does he have any more left in the tank here? Out on an island in mid, he'll claim the life of a third before he's dealt with. Now his teammates have got to finish what he started. 2v2, JL's grabbed the bomb bit, rerouting out of the apartment's going to join him on the short side. It's all eyes on Nexa here.
They've got to go quick. 15 seconds, a flash doesn't do a thing. He's covered behind the pillar and they haven't cleared him. JL runs right into Nexa, who just buys time. A few seconds will do it, and Nexa wins the round again for OG. Another massive 2K for Nexa as the close comes through, but it's all set up for a deagle, for a P250. If you see... Woo! Well, for good reason.
You want to know why?
Hey, for good reason.
Know why? Maybe he's going to show us why. Oh, Bit gets one as well.
No
Bit
way.
gets a dig.
Just one guy.
Good reason.
Oh,
Fiku overran and the A site crumbles. The bomb, however, is down here in mid, and OG have got it under their control.
Even with the Glock, Alexi might just have this kill. Nexa's so low. He didn't re-peek window, though. Nexa gets that bomb. But Alexi, this is at least a trade, if not just a straight-up eagle kill. Hits the headshot as well. And Fasha, you wanted him to do something in this game. Now's his chance.
Yeah, this has got to be his moment. He's been spotted already down in alt mid. They know that this bomb can be retrieved by Simple with no threat, with no presence of Fasha to worry about. And so that bomb now retrieved.
The old god of NaVi. Winning an eco right as OG was starting to establish some control. Back-to-back multi-kill, closing rounds for Nexa. Full on dead ears.
And I think, you know, it is reassuring that you're getting good performances out of Bit and Simple because, you know, if, for the sake of talking about the challenges that the NaVi team was going to face, it's kind of these two players that would be in the limelight for that, right? And now NaVi try to get tricky with it, taking the arches. Nexa moving in. Timing looks good for him here. He spots that second player as well and will deal with him. Regali finally puts one up on the board and sends them out of banana. NaVi, they get the real estate over at long, but it lulls them into a false sense of security, and they actually go into that triple B lean for OG.
He's going to just be caught for free by Bit, who won't miss this opportunity. NaVi going through the smoke right now. Great shot for Alexi. That should not be so easy, but captains come through in this game.
From the pit, finds one. He's choosing the long fight right now. He's got a teammate posted, Nexa alongside him. Oh, a little awkward there, but Nexa having a worry about even his teammates. You never know who's truly on your side here. And with Keto dead down in the pit, Nexa repositions, just trying to stay alive, just trying to be a nuisance and keep harassing them from the pit. But he's spammed out by JL. Simple is repositioned up into the apartments and now looks to win this in the 1v2 that lands, but doesn't quite finish the job. Fasha finally comes through with some impact here for OG, a double kill to close. It's a step in the right direction, but there's still a long way to go for OG.
Hey, I'm very impressed OG win that round, given how it starts, given the space NaVi have, the pick they find on long, which is so easy, but some great defensive utility. You see how both players use this smoke to not only stay alive, but also essentially one-way those long kills. And Fasha, he read that perfectly. He had the idea. Simple went back up into apartments, didn't doubt it, and clears the site. Belief in the call for OG. 3 players here, the AWP as well. Regali's time to shine.
Oh, he doesn't take the shot. If he did, that could have been something. He will still get it the second time around. And Fasha swinging the smoke down at spawn. Starting to find his impact, starting to find his voice a little bit in this one is Fasha. NaVi have been real fans of, you know, testing out the apartments, testing out this mid control.
They've been the hole punchers here on this T side. Good spray Fiku does a lot of damage, but it's only the lower weaponry players. They're going to pop them out. It seems like NaVi want to go quick. Triple nade into the pit. Won't land a thing, but that's at least cleared a position out, and Bit does what he does best.
Man, calling the landlord because everyone else is just renting. This guy owns the apartments. Bit dropping in, sets his teammates up with a double, and even though Nexa does all he can in defensive A hat trick put up, 3 kills demanded and 3 kills gifted over. Will that be enough to bring OG into this retake? Fasha
Yes.
still a long ways out. And over towards long at JL. Holding for this, he can hear Fasha just running it up middle. That one is delivered for free. Regali suddenly throwing into the clutch. Brings it down to the 1v1. Simple looks like he wants to face this. Playing it from the short side, he goes swinging out now, and Regali is not expecting it, not ready for that. Simple with a heads-up play, just elects to take the fight head on. Then we're going to do it every single round. He said no issue doing that now on both maps.
They had one app set up in the entire CT side. It was with the AWP, and it got baited by Bit's Jiggle. Now,
he going to end the half with the Alexi classic.
Oh, it
the
is a
apps pop.
classic.
In they come, out they go, down into the pit. JL found first. It will fall, accomplishing nothing in this one. A rarity for Bit, who's had great successes on these apartments pushes. Ema, critical fight over on the long side. He can duck out of there, doesn't have to commit to the push, doesn't have to ever open himself up to Fasha, and can try support Simple down in the pit.
Flash right in front of him. Simple needs to swing wide with this as he dodges it, looking for the sight man. This is a great cross for Simple that I don't think they'll be aware of, but they're not exposed to him just yet. Kito's considering it as well. Waiting for Ema to come out of abs. Simple jumps up and falls down as OG saved the half right at the very end. 7 rounds is not bad considering how one-sided this game felt at a certain point in time, but NaVi still have the lifeline of a map in their back pocket as they attempt to eliminate OG from IEM Cologne in that second half.
They can avoid this stack at least if they follow through with the A play. Seems like Fasha's just the guy waiting for a reaction, a banana push from NaVi. Simple moving in and his teammates pressured. That's awkward here for NaVi. This double setup is uprooted immediately. And NaVi are in a position where, you know, if this was a rifle round, you know what they would be doing. They'd be saving.
We haven't really seen the B bomb site in this game so far, if you think about it. NaVi just did so many A executes and wraps round long, and they have a flash setup ready from Ema. Great grenade for Alexi. And up they go. Regali hunts the kill. He catches JL with his pants down, nades in hand. Still this flash setup ready for Alexi, but he won't commit to it, and that smoke just wards him off for now.
Fallen prey to it once already, so he's actually going to push forward and try to take the space back in the apartments. Nexa waiting for it, but Bit makes that fight look easy.
Now it's on.
Now the retake looks to begin. Kito snaps it out. Simple found aggressing through the short side.
Now it's off.
Already the numbers turn against you here for NaVi. They write this one off.
When Simple dies, the numbers just don't look good. But he felt like he had a gap, but Kito had his eyes on it. Can't really flash this very easily. It's often going to land higher over CT. Simple should at least have an opening kill and the option to back up. Oh, great flash.
Gets him off the angle. He needs help. Simple won't get it. A run down by Nexa and Fasha. And even though Ema's here, can he offer up anything to entice NaVi in for this round? There's a gap on the smoke, but nothing's being offered. Flash through. He tries his hand. Only good for one.
I like that they try it. You know, a lot of teams just surrender immediately, but, you know, there's worlds where Ema goes through. He gets a double kill. I just heard OG say, full blind, sig flash. Wants OG into B, and they're going to go right through that smoke.
Oh, yeah, Lex caught out over towards the spawn side, but JL on the boost does return that advantage to NaVi, and so finally they've got that to look forward to. It's no longer a retake where losing one player signals the end of the round here. They've not been in this position yet on the CT side. And so this has got to be the time for NaVi. This has got to be where they course correct and look to break back into the series. Flash is getting thrown over. Util raining through, and Ema First man in, Regali opens, finds himself a second. It's left onto Fiku, back of the site. They will find him, but they can't deal with him. Bit eventually collects, got to run and grab the kit, but it's close and the bomb too far away. Those few meters that Bit had to run, they'll be the ones that let down NaVi. OG, we haven't really seen the reason as to why yet.
No.
There ever was a time, it's now, right? The nade from Simple is very well timed, and he's got himself a second. That's another nade out from the pit. Finding good damage, Simple and Bit combined for a kill apiece, but it's Fiku and Regali left to take this one over the line. Alexi doesn't let them in, and so the first round found for NaVi appears on the board on this CT side. Top banana with no threat of harassment, no threat of, you know, any sort of follow-up from NaVi. I think you take that every damn time, and this round is no exception. JL boosted up. He will be checked and cleared by Fiku, and that leaves this even. But Ema, through this smoke, has given them a lifeline. Kito is a long way out. Nexa in the site alone. Kito still waiting for a mid-rotate that sure could arrive, but it doesn't look like it's going to. And yeah, Bit's heading back through CT, so Kito's got to get a move on. Up through Banana he comes. Nexa down in the pit. They can cover each other from this setup. Ooh. Smoke down at the top of Banana forces Kito to try come through, try play ahead of it. He doesn't want to hang Nexa out to dry, and he will deal with Ema, that first man in. Follow-up for Kito is clean, and he'll manage the third. The one German left in Cologne rises to the occasion. Kito with a hat trick, and OG win that round. A man down in the post plant. Limited look into OG that we have on Inferno. It's normally Regali and Fasha that are front runners for the team. They're both dead bottom of the board for their squad. Still struggling to find their way in, and without that, it doesn't even seem to matter. It's the rest of the gang for OG that are keeping them in this, keeping their heads above water. And so this round ends as simply as that. Kito.
Just the expert. The most important piece of the puzzle on this T side. Teething issues certainly with the synergy of this new NaVi team getting brought into question. Beautiful transfer.
And as we say, like, spearheaded by Nexa early on, but he just hung on long enough. He dug his feet in, he dug his claws in to keep OG in the game. And now we've got the rest of the squad coming alive around him. This one has not got off to such a tremendous start for OG. Churned up as they try to leave the apartments. They're really going to try run the apps pop versus an Alexi B-led team.
Having trouble getting up there, but Simple peeks in. They'll save the AWP either way. Regali runs.
This is a test of the metal for NaVi, though, man. It's going to take a lot to remain resilient here, especially after how quickly this game feels like it's turned sour. Fighting for the banana control. There's Nexa there, just replying to this util, keeping the attention of NaVi over at the B site. Are they going to try run back the apps play? That looked to be the decision here to open up this round. Lots of players dedicated over towards the apartments and lots of bodies leaving it in bags.
And playing weird timings. This is so late, the NaVi might not be ready, but that third player is still moving through. Important entry kill. Flash sets Alexi B up, but they're already crossed in. They don't look towards him. Regali's looking nowhere as he's blinded off. He does find Alexi in the end. That Molotov will force a different plant position, and Ema can maybe go through and deny it. Seconds to spare. He gets flashed through. The plant's stuck, and they get back to the site.
Oh no, but he spammed the coffins. He spammed where he mollied. And so Nexa's allowed to reposition. They get to the back of the site. Nexa and Regali left in the hot seat for OG. Regali dead immediately. And so it's Ema let off the leash, swinging through that smoke in spawn to save the day for NaVi and keep them in this match that much longer.
Can they just close it with some well-placed eagle shots? Will Alexi allow it? He falls back after the spot. There's a way in here. There's not really much util to stop this. That's an important flash to split them apart as JL finds one kill from the back of the site. He gets bogged down on a spray. Alexi needs something here from this off angle. They start to cross inward. He will get the bomb dropped. Runs out of ammo though, and that's another D for Fiku. A 2-on-2. They are low, but they've been armed, and they're certainly dangerous.
Yeah, Simple with the AWP here. That's not really the ideal gun for the job, so he's going to look to swap it out. Just like a boomerang as a way of coming back to him, but he will trade out onto the AK. Regali and Fiku want to try swing and spawn, and they'll both nail it. Fantastically done. We know Fiku is a closer. Nexa was the man to get it all going. And it comes together in a gorgeous fashion for OG, combining at the end to do it with pistols. They will put a stop to the NaVi comeback, and they long this out to make it a 3-map series. This is one of the maps that we've actually seen this new look squad play a handful of times, right? And it's not one that NaVi have looked infallible on. So let's see what they bring to the table to open. Alexi B wanting to get involved. I mean, it was Nexa, the man at the helm of OG, that really kept them in it last time. So Alexi wants his turn in the limelight here. The dualies locked out down towards the bottom of ramp, give way to a 2v3 B play, but Simple will not let them in, will not let them get up the ramp. The flashes land and leave Keto blind, locking in that pistol round for NaVi. This shouldn't really be in a position to get out of hand. The only way it gets weird, right, is if Bit dies, say he only gets like 3, which is still sick, but if he only gets 3, there's no one nearby to go ahead and deny the bomb plants. A Bit, well, don't worry about it. He will lock in 4, and that bomb lost back in main. He buys enough time for the rotates to come in. Bit, always an overachiever, locks down against the Glocks.
4 headshots as well with that kind of spray.
Yeah.
Fiku heading a lone B, that's a rarity in and of itself, but they'll be going for a mid-take. Bit is such a nuisance with these flashes. He bounces off of Donut and he'll get popped back in by his team from the A side. Great opener. Ima there as well to help out. This is the 1-2 punch in mid that NaVi will be relying on. Simple. Oh, he just pulled back and tried to pull out a nade and got swung by Keto for the trade. He gets the bomb out. 2-on-3. Fiku with this B control. He even went through NaVi's smoke with one of his own. And Fiku waits for B aggression, but he'll have to be the initiator. JL on the 50-50, the first of few, and Fiku checks the wrong side. It's the MP9 to come out with a kill for NaVi, leaving Keto in a clutch. He knows exactly where his first opponent is, but it's an ugly spray hitting Crouch, and NaVi coming through with a sick round. JL's happy about that one.
And then it was when they moved over to the T side that they couldn't get the ball rolling. So I do think NaVi have got to lay a lot of the groundwork here in this first half. Oh, Fasha, that's more like it. He was missing on Inferno. MIA was Fasha, but if you can get him switched online, suddenly OG have even more to fight with here. Nexa has walked fully through this A side of the map, but this might lead to a weird situation here. Everyone else for NaVi is leaning into B. The bomb's trying to cross out, but Alexi can hear this, and he might try and react here. As they drop down into middle, he's got a chance at the backstab. Keto deals with the ramp side. Regali's caught moving through Donut, and Keto is sandwiched. Stuck between 2 NaVi players. Alexi gives chase to the bomb, and Simple's locked in this fight down towards the lane. If he can deal with Keto, that opens up a route to the 2v2, and Alexi is close by in the site.
Keto's fine just to stall this. He can waste as much time as he wants, and he will even win the fight out. The bomb is already ticking down, and Alexi, he has no smoke for this. He has to find Fiku if he wants to win this. And if he did, there's no one nearby to stop him, but Alexi doesn't know that. Going out for the save, he'll be denied in red. And it's OG on the board. About time. Much for NaVi to fight back with just these 2 save guns. Oh, that's a check for Simple. Very speedy. Taking down the AWP. Will they throw it out the map? That would be a big play. Don't want to let your guard down, but also don't want to give NaVi any more reason to win this round. They hear these rotations.
Look at how much they're just giving Simple room to work with the AWP. One of these pistols going to throw themselves into the check, and they're hoping that Simple would get the trade, but he'll fall short of it. Nexa also here in the red room needs this kill, but he just lets it get away. Alexi spots out both remaining players over at ramp, and now NaVi look to give chase. Guns dropped over in the red room. JL armed with this AWP. He likes to buy these up anyway, so he might feel comfortable with this. walking through the smoke, tries his hand at that 1v1 on the planter. IEM's now armed and dangerous as well. But Fiku's looking to take a bit of real estate over here. Crossing over towards short, this leaves him in the firing line, but it's lucrative if he can get away with the kill. Where does JL go now? Where does he try and fight next? He's scratching his head every step of the way, but he's going to look for a route in on short. He's seeing him, and he will land the shot.
No time.
1v1. There isn't time for JL, and so he will just have to run away. Fasha wins that one to the clock, just sat back in cave, playing around the bomb and letting Fiku have a bit of room to take some fights over towards short.
Looking like we have a mid-take here for NaVi. Emo with the spawn, bit back behind the smoke, but again pops out with a flash over the top. And Keto gets deep, but not for long. Bit can continue to spam as well through the smoke. He drops the bomb. Fasha barely alive right now, and even the A main player getting picked. So this split has been denied near instantly. That's a shot out of nowhere for Fasha, but is it going to mean much in the grand scheme? But he might find the backstab. I wonder if he takes a knife. Oh, starts to run, has to get the shot instantly, and Fasha was coming back to regroup. Denied by Bit with 3. Bit has been probably the most consistent player of this series for NaVi.
You see what he's attempting to do, but I don't know if he's going to find that window like he thinks he will.
What a poly exec. How does he escape? 2 Molotovs. It will give open plant. That's something here for OG. The spam will do nothing. They know about Alexi in cave, but they're waiting on the long smoke fade. That's where 2 CT sit and the AWP. We need real estate here. Yeah, they hunt down Alexi. That was their only option.
Had to go fight for something. They had to take some real estate here, and they've at least robbed cave. Fasha is now here as well, having rooted in through lane. So you've got both your players set up on the cave side. Fasha's not knowing about, but Regali is. Quick work made of the first man in, and Regali just keeps on giving. Simple's got to tuck tail and run for the hills. OG managed to pull back this round. They might have gone.
If they don't have cave, there's nowhere to play, right, with that bomb plant. They have to go back to ramp, and they're just going to get smoked or mollied off and lose the round. So, Regali with some sick shooting, but NaVi, they saved the AWP.
I do just want to reiterate, you know, in the opening game that we saw from NaVi where they played mousy, it was the T side that was deeply problematic, where they couldn't get anything going. NaVi got 2 rounds on that T side. So they've got to get more mileage here in the first half.
Big grab. OG just want to contact backup ramp. They've got a window, they've got an opportunity. JL's even getting tagged by the spam, but Alexi, either he has to nail this opening shot or the rifle will do it instead. That'll bait them into the pistol, and they swing together. JL is killing everyone in this round. 4 frags, and they are right behind Fasha. He's looking to get out through middle.
That does it all, right? He gets that first kill with the Deeg, arms himself with the AK, and then goes on a tear. There's the replay of this fight. Keto didn't realize it in that moment, but that swing and that peek gave JL the tools necessary to win the whole damn thing for NaVi. Try and slow down this aggro through the cave, but they run up the ramp into Simple's AWP. Smoking off the cave plays good.
Alexi.
That is a crazy move coming out from Alexi.
It works.
As he barrels through the smoke into the site, but he offers up all the kills needed, and Regali is left. You're giving them that cash injection, giving them the chance to go back and play around the bomb when they know they had been trapped in cave. And so he makes the best out of a very bad situation there.
Especially when they're hunting down Simple, because he's just fired off the AWP. They would have had so much space if he doesn't make that play, but he goes through, trades out Simple, even kills the last guy up the ramp. Makes it look really, really easy. That's a lovely flick tap. And NaVi put him in some very good positions to just play on his own, right? Like, even on the T side of Inferno, it showed that what he's been doing typically towards A and middle on this CT half. He's been fine to operate solo. This is nice. OG, oh, you'd think that JL wouldn't expect it, but he crouch peeks it to perfection. They don't know about the second man, though. Oh, Regali wanted to hold that shot for rotations, but he has to take the kill as Alexi turns around, and OG have been given away into B.
You feel like you've been sold a little bit there if you're Alexi. They sneak up ramp on the timing. NaVi now all arriving. They've got 2 more flashes to try and kickstart this retake. Fiku tucked in at the site, smoke falling in the mouth of cave, so Fiku is all alone as he takes these fights, but it doesn't come to matter as Fiku puts on a show. 3 kills to his name, and he's looking for number 4. JL boxed in, trapped at long, won't get finished off by Fiku, but the round is already won. Fiku does enough, stands the test of time in that B-hold. It's a lot of pressure put on Simple over in A.
Yeah, and he's just lost that time on the cross. Oh, saves it though. kito creeps in, and it's not like his team were really ready to go on A main. They were pulled back pretty far. Uncertain about Simple's position. He swaps out to the AK now. Aggression down the ramp. Regali's been waiting for it. We've seen 3 different players play in the pocket waiting for a push, and Alexi might just give it to him, but he wins it on very low health. Simple doesn't know how deep they've gotten. He's about to find out. That shot is a warning shot to Simple. He will hold off, wait for his squad.
This is really awkward. With no util, what are you meant to do here if you're OG? You kind of need to go and clear one of these positions. You've got to go fight for some real estate, and NaVi have got it all locked in. They control the land right now. Alexi nails one from CT. Both these remaining players are low, but it's still a tall task ahead of Nexa. He's fighting blind, and JL with a smoke spam will seal the deal. NaVi put up 10 on their CT side. You hope that that's enough to see them through. No, NaVi have not been immune to struggles on the T side, but it's all looked a bit more composed for NaVi in this game, and this is where the pressure is really on for OG. They're on the back foot, and now they're behind in the pistol round as well. Regali's missed his timing with the backstab, and it's just Fiku left to withstand the A play. Dominant pistol round here from NaVi. This is how you want to open up your final half in this series. It is dominant all across the board, and even though they lose Ema, it won't make a damn bit of difference to this pistol. NaVi have already locked this in. Regali is trying to save. Not even that's guaranteed. Couple of kills off the dual Berettas. But this weird flank from JL. JL's in cave. The bomb's on A. Why is he there? Not even he knows, but he gets rewarded for it.
NaVi just need to keep it clean on this round. Anti-eco, double facing cave. Fashion wide. Hits some bangers with a 5-7. That is not bad. In comes the execute. As long as they get this bomb plant, there should be no way in for OG unless the flank catches them off guard. Simple spots it. That could have gone very wrong.
Yeah, that could have been the kill that decided everything. Instead, it's a trade. Oh, kito one step further. JL alone.
Wow.
And he'll get silenced with just the pistols. OG manage it. Rugger's even yelling down the line.
So JL still keeps eyes on B for now.
He will fall. They're about to clear the lane, but it's right in tandem with when NaVi are making this A play happen. Fasher's all the way back in at the spawn. He swings it wide, but ends up going down. Bit is already deeper than he was ready for. Important spam for kito. Denies the plant. Right now, it's really only that CT plant open, and the bomb gets away from NaVi. All left onto just Simple, who has bypassed them with a spawn flank. Fiku having to turn to spot this, calling for support from Regali, and they swing him together to put a stop to that clutch attempt. One of the problems for NaVi has been resilience, has been that staying power in a series. OG and now displaying glimmers of hope.
Nexa doesn't know, but JL's crept up. But JL knows he's got the opportunity as well. The world on his shoulders on that entry, and Nexa will deny it. Good reaction from Simple, hits that shot on the reswing. There's no bomb though. So NaVi are far from a commitment. They leave Alexi at B.
Yeah, they only have one smoke, so that's why they've elected to all come through cave, with the exception of Simple, who lobbed the util over. He provides the cover with the smoke so they can cross in and get the bomb down, but looking to try take some real estate. They want to fight Fiku at long, and they will deal with him. It gets a bit awkward there in that head-to-head. Alexi, important kill. Fasher cancelled out of that A-side round in the one prior. This time he wants to have a bit more of a say in how the round pans out. Tries to fight Cave, but it's an ugly one. There's Regali's AWP. Teeing up kito to start taking space. Simple's fighting from the ramp, and IEM has a gap around this smoke. Regali left up in the 1v1, and it's Ema to find 13 for NaVi. What a time. Now the money even gets called into question too, Hugo. OG, they're going to be investing here just fine, but it's if they lose this round, suddenly this comeback, the rounds that they've been chaining together, the belief that they have, it all gets shattered.
And Keto, he probably feels that even if he hears a smoke come down, he doesn't want to pull a molly and drop it. Oh, the smoke comes before anything is thrown from NaVi. If that's a few seconds later, it's a very different story. He knows NaVi needs to go. He'll molly the choke point. They run into the MP9. They get churned up. 2 kills for Keto, trying to grab a gun on his way out. It's getting desperate.
Smoking their way, and NaVi now have to respect it in the 2v5. What are they even meant to do here? Keto, great util from him. And with that swing, bringing JL down so low, this isn't a round you even feel like you can attempt anymore if you're NaVi. Even though they get one on the exit, where do they go from here? Fiku nearly gives them this fight in mid. But he knows now just staying alive is enough. NaVi have wrote this one off. And it's all thanks to Keto, who had spectacular timing on that util over towards main. The smoke comes in, he can feel, he starts to hear the footsteps, he can feel that they're gearing up to come through. Oh, this could get really awkward, man. Keto might have jump spotted mid. He might know that they've made it towards Donut, but it's Fasha here who's super low on health. Keto either needs to bait for him to set him up, or Fasha's got to be that first. Oh, now the only point of contact, low HP, and that was the chance at a multi-kill. You were not going to get a better opportunity to churn through NaVi than that. They line up for him, but he's only able to get one out of it. And so now a man down for OG. Money anything but stable.
That could have been a way in for OG. They had far better timing on their CT rotate. Next, so this is nice. Exits and upgrades can make all the difference. Get yourself a better gun and take away NaVi's, but you will not be able to do so. 14-10. And a relieving round for NaVi.
This is a NaVi win, locked, loaded, and ready to go.
Oh, this is such a great call. They're doing it out of spawn, knowing that OG start heavy middle. Look how much room NaVi are going to get. They're going to have the bomb site. Regali's throwing himself through the smoke. Desperate times, called the most desperate of measures. And Regali's got the goods. 2 kills before the molly burns him out, but still OG throwing themselves into the bomb site, getting traded 1-for-1 every single time. 2-on-2 now for the round.
Nima's been spotted over here at Big Box. That's the bomb. They know that if they find him here while they've got this 2v1, that could be the round. So they really want to try and force a fight out of him. But Ima takes those fights and he wins them. Turning nothing into gold right now is Ima. Got that Midas touch, and Fiku walking in, finds the bomb, but Simple with the backstab delivers the all-important 15th round of NaVi. They might have just saved themselves here, standing the test of time in the assault of that A site.
But he cannot stand the test of time. And it is the legend of Simple that stands tall, the legendary organization of NaVi, who have attended every single Cologne. Do not want their worst placing yet. 5 chances, 1 round to eliminate OG.
Are they just going to run back the A play again? They want to. They just want to run it down, send it home, full send on the A play, and this time no AWP heroics from Regali. Fasha dead, Keto falls. NaVi look to send a message in this round, and it rings out all across Cologne that they're here to play. OG crumble. As this one, they try to push the distance, but they can't muster up the courage to battle back against NaVi. A much better performance here across the board. One that puts a lot more faith in you in this third map. NaVi showcased some resilience there. You get those performances from guys like JL, the ones like he gave us back at the major. He lives up to expectations. He gets the ball rolling. Alongside him, you have Bit, who is proving to be a real self-sufficient player within this NaVi squad, looking lights out across the entire series. And so, the greater challenges lie ahead for NaVi. OG were not the toughest competition that they are set to face, but this was a necessary step in the right direction.
Absolutely, the group of death has no easy wins, and NaVi had to work for this one, but FaZe wait ahead, and only one can keep going. This is a cutthroat tournament right now. For OG, they made it further than they expected, right? A team that looks better than the sum of their parts, who has some surprising firepower additions.